welcome to a Quickie with Miss B. Back for another week of wall peeing. No. That's what we were talking about prior to starting our show. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Today is Monday. Monday. Okay, now that we got Monday on the way, all this week we're going to talk about the moments never forgotten. And you know what I'm talking about. Those embarrassing moments that will always be ingrained in your brain.
Yes, indeedy. Now, I don't have a whole lot of those. I've really never done anything embarrassing before.
Sure, John.
I'm not a do embarrassing things type of person. I'm pretty much level. Never really, not a whole lot of trouble or anything like that at all.
I think someone's telling tall tales.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah. I mean, good Lord Almighty, I've done so much stupid stuff in my life. Holy moly.
Yep. And people have questions that someday you'll have to answer when you.
Yeah, you said that was going to be visited by 3 ghosts. This is like the Christmas Carol. It's going to be John's Issues Carol. Tonight you'll be visited by 3 ghosts. We're going to ask you alarmingly stupid questions about why you're alarmingly stupid. We're going to ask you to answer these, I guess, honestly, because less than honestly will prove that you're honestly stupid. So, yeah.
I can't wait for that. From Wingnut 2 and Wingnut 3. More to come on that later.
The Wingnut trifecta.
Well, that is our hallway, at work.
It's like a Dr. Seuss book. This is Wingnut 1. I'm Wingnut 2. I'm Wingnut 3. It's like, oh my word, and they're all in a row.
We are. Because if you look down the hallway, mine's the first office.
So you're thing 1.
Yeah. Amy is Wingnut 2. And then Sherry's
thing 2. Thing 3. There you go. Thing 1, thing 2, thing 3.
Yep.
Well, we've already had a display of Amy, so yeah.
Yeah.
They made a movie about judging Amy. I was judging Amy last week.
Yeah.
Nice job there, Wingnut 3 or Wingnut 2.
And the funny thing is that she actually sat down and pondered some of those very questions that we had on last week's episode.
Those were disturbing questions.
Well, the sheep one was mine, but the other ones.
The sheep one wasn't just disturbing. The sheep one was a deep, dark, disturbing question. See, some of the other questions you go, oh yeah, I want to party with her. The sheep question comes along, you go, I just want to leave. That's all I want to do is leave right now.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad. It was just that, what? If it rains, what? What?
It was okay all the way up to the point where until I said shred the sheep.
Yes.
Instead of shear the sheep.
So how do you shred them? Okay, well there we go. That's awesome.
Put them in a paper shredder.
Yeah. The emails start pouring in from PETA.
I'm just kidding. You don't put them in a paper shredder.
No, you put them in a bigger paper shredder. They don't fit in a regular one.
Either way, I wouldn't want to have that job.
No. That would be no fun. So, the topic for today is going to be
Highway to Hell. Now, I've told this one before, but this is one that I will never forget. This happened years ago. So it's around Christmas time, and my stepmom wants the whole entire family to go to church. Christmas, you know. I'm like, great, don't really want to go, but all right. So the whole family goes, and we take up a whole pew, because there's all of us going. So the only pew there that's left in the church is the one right in the front, next to the priest. So I'm like, okay, I'm not thrilled about this, but what are we gonna do? We gotta sit. So we take our seat and going through the whole ceremony, and just about the time where he took this pause before he was going to start giving his speech or sermon, whatever you want to call it, was the time that I realized that my phone was not on silence. And my girlfriend decided to call and wish me Merry Christmas at that moment whilst at church. So all of a sudden my phone goes off, and I don't have like a normal ringtone, which would have been embarrassing enough as it is.
Ring, 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 ring.
Yeah. No, mine has to play the AC/DC song, Highway to Hell.
I'm on the highway. Yes, you are, young lady. Yes, you are.
And then what made it worse is my nephew sitting next to me, and he goes, Auntie, your phone is ringing really loud. So everybody in church not only heard my phone, but then heard my nephew who was sitting next to me. And needless to say, I think at that moment in time, the priest probably wished that I would go to hell for not turning off my phone.
That's just one of those really awesome church moments.
Chris, everybody's, looking at you,
Oh, yeah.
which makes it worse. And it's not like you can hide in the crowd of people because you're in the very front row.
Oh, yeah.
Duck, weave, bob, nothing.
When we come back, I'll tell you my church little moment. I don't think I've told you this one before.
Oh, okay. But that will be back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to a Quickie with Miss B, and I am back from hell. Just kidding.
You realize how awesome it is that you finally have got that down? Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to a Quickie with Miss B. You realize it took you a year to figure that out? A whole year for you to get welcome back to a Quickie with Miss B. A whole year.
What?
I want to thank you, boys, for stopping by for a Quickie with Miss. Oh, wait. Did I say for a Quickie again? Oh. With a quick. Oops, did I say that again? A whole year, and now you busted out. Thanks for stopping by for a Quickie with. No, not for. Oops. Now it's. Thanks for stopping by. Listen to a Quickie with Miss B. That took a year to get that. A year. Just pointing it out. That's all.
It takes a long time to perfect some things.
Yes, it does.
I'm just saying.
Indeed, it does. So, I have a special moment. I'll send this to my dad so he can relive the hell and the nightmare again. Because it's always funny to have an opportunity to go, hey, Dad, what? You remember this? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, my dad was always like, make sure you have your stuff together, blah, blah. Let me see your shoes, see your britches. You have a belt on. Don't go to church without a belt. All the dad stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lift up your pant legs. Why are you not wearing socks? Leave my presence and go put on socks, Neanderthal. Do this now, lest I decide to throw you down a staircase. So you go run and put on socks, you know what I mean? Because the whole toss you down the staircase thing doesn't work all that awesome right before church. So, needless to say, we get there. You got to do the whole, the school part. Some people call it Sunday school. Some people call it Sabbath school. Some people call it whatever the heck you want to call it, all right?
Mm-hmm.
The little, the parents are going to go over there and have, I used to call it yelling sessions. Well, it's not the way I understood lay activity. What person? Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, you guys are all arguing in a church. Right. Shh, God didn't hear it. Don't worry. And we're all over there being taught by the one who's listening going, who is that? Who said? Who? Okay, kids, Now, today's lesson, you're like, is it about arguing? Could it possibly be about arguing? Because I noticed you have a tape playing right now in the background. Do you hear all the yelling and all that? Oh wait, that's not a tape. That's our parents. So they're doing their thing, and then we finally come back in. And my father always made sure he checked you have all your stuff and all that. And I had been haying that poor time, so I had my earnings, and of course my father's like, you need to tithe. You got to give 10% of your earnings and all that. So I've got it. Since I'm a kid, it's very difficult to just go. I worked for this. Okay, I got the whole, the master of the, I got all that, but I earned that. You know what I mean? I want to spend that, but I have to just give it away. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do that now. So here it comes, Christine. There's a lady going by, and she smiles at everybody. I don't know if she's like there to make it less difficult to pry your wallet open or what, but there's a lady going by. She's one of the deacon's wives. She just smiles. Hi, how are you? Hello, children. Hi, how are you? Like, I don't know what the lady's about, but she just does this right down the front. Well, they're all, Christine, they got these baskets on these long poles so they can pass them around. They're not messing around. That pole comes right out there to your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've made
Mhm.
made $200. Okay, so now I owe, all right, it was like 200 and like, I was supposed to pay like $22. Okay.
Mhm.
All I got, all right, is 2 10s and a 5. So some of you right now have figured out what's about to happen, and yes, you're right. Others of you are sitting on the edge of the seat going, what happened, John? What happened?
Don't tell me.
Well, John held the money up and said, you see this, right? 10, 20, 25. And the guy just looks at me, and I dropped it in. Then I reached in and grabbed a handful of money. And I said, because it's not supposed to be 25. It's supposed to be 22. So I took 1, 2. Then it happened, Christine. Whack! Right across the back of the head. Christine, money everywhere. Leave it. But I got change. You do not make change. Why? They owe me $3. And I literally looked at him, and I know I'm going to die, but for some reason my body couldn't shut up, Christine. It couldn't shut up. I was like, I looked him right in the eye, and I'm going to die, and I know this. I went, God doesn't make change? That was the sound, people, of me signing my death warrant. I was officially going to be sentenced to death. Then I got the eyes that are, wait till we get home. I'm hoping so, because I just got hit right here in front of everybody, and the money's flying over. There's 3 people picking money off the floor. It's got nothing to do with me. Are you ready?
Okay.
We left church after this part. Are you ready? I leaned over and looked at the deacon and said, I still need that $3. My father said, okay, that's it. We're going. He smiled, put his hand up like to the preacher. Okay, yeah, no. I heard God in my ear. I heard him. He said, get up. I'm looking at him. He's like, car to the car now. I'm like, oh boy. And I literally tried to convince him. I did not know God doesn't make change. He knew. You said he knew that I owed him $22, and I can't get away with not paying it. So if he knew, and I put 25 in, he knows he owes me now $3. Why can I not get my $3? I had to earn. How is that possible? God doesn't make change? And it would appear not. Sorry, Dad.
see if we can go collect John's $3.